Good afternoon. We are at the Grindle property. We're going to be completing a repairability test. We'll be on this back slope, which is south. Do the repairability test on this shingle and we'll see how it affects all of those surrounding shingles. Have all of those boxed out and numbered. I'll give you an overview before we get started, showing you the current condition. All of these shingles could potentially be damaged during the repairability test. So we'll take another look once we are complete and see those results. For my tools, I'll be using a putty knife, flat bar, hammer, and roof snake. Then we have this 45-degree tool that we'll use to give us a visual for what 45 degrees looks like. I'll slide it underneath this damaged shingle that we're doing the repair test on. I'll just have to get it unsealed. Slide it underneath here, give us a visual for what 45 degrees looks like. And then all of those shingles that we will have to lift during the repairability test, we'll keep it at 45 degrees or below. All right, we'll get started. We'll start by unsealing all of those shingles that we need to. We'll use the putty knife to unseal the top two shingles. Got quite a bit of resistance when we're unsealing. You can see pretty significant mat transfer that is occurring. And we'll use the flat bar to unseal the rest of those, see if there's any differences with those tools. We'll unseal the two lower shingles there. Now we'll start removing those nails. will be all of the nails. This one here. Now we got all the nails. To show you all of this mat transfer already. You can see it all along this damaged shingle here. We'll take a closer look at the end once we're all complete with the repairability test. Slide this new shingle in, get it all lined up nicely. Got that new shingle in place. Start getting some nails in there now. We'll be using the roof snake to drive those nails in. All right, we're all complete with the repairability test. I'll give you another overview of all of those surrounding shingles. We'll take a closer look at all of these shingles above that new shingle. You can see stress fractures that occurred on these shingles. You can see where the matting on the shingle broke. And so those stress fractures will be damaging the integrity of these shingles. We can feel where the shingles are much weaker in those areas with the stress fractures. See, that's real bad there. So with these shingles being weaker and the integrity being damaged, these shingles are not going to be able to do what they're designed to do. They are designed to shed water, with the matting being the main component for that. See, that's real bad there. Then those water shedding capabilities on these shingles are going to be compromised due to those stress fractures. See, that's real bad there. You can see how those stress fractures occurred when we're lifting these shingles to remove those nails and put more nails back in. You can see we're not even up to 45 degrees yet, and you can see how much that area is creasing with that stress fracture. So that is how those stress fractures are caused. And then we'll take a look, and we can feel as well over here. We did not have to lift this side of the shingle up, so we don't have stress fractures on this side of the shingle. We can feel how much stronger that is compared to over here on the area of the shingle with the stress fracture. It is much weaker. And then we'll take a look underneath and check out all that mat transfer. You can see all of that right there. See where it's stuck to the bottom of that shingle. It's leaving all of that exposed fiberglass, also damaging the integrity of those shingles as it is tearing large pieces of matting off the shingles. And then as well as damaging the integrity of the shingles, it's also going to make it more difficult for those shingles to reseal properly once repairs have been made. See, that's real bad there. Mat transfer along this one. You could see how difficult it was to unseal these shingles, and all of that mat transfer was occurring while we were unsealing the shingles. And we can see mat transfer along both these rows. We haven't gone over these ones yet, but we did have all of that mat transfer on that damaged shingle. And we'll be able to see those damages along the bottom of this shingle here. See all of the matting transfer there. And so we can see mat transfer along both of these rows. And when that mat transfer occurs is when we're unsealing, we use the putty knife to unseal the top shingles there, and then the flat bar to unseal these lower ones. And we can see very significant mat transfer along both of those rows of shingles. So either tool that's going to be used, it's going to cause very significant mat transfer. It's going to be impossible to get around that mat transfer. See, that's real bad there. All along this one. You can see all of the exposed fiberglass on the bottom of that shingle due to that. So with all of those damages, we got real bad stress fractures and mat transfer. We have an additional at least 4 damaged shingles. We got shingle 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we also do have quite a bit of mat transfer on the top of shingle 4 there. And then let's see if we have any. We don't have any on the top of shingle 3. So we got shingle 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 All of those have stress fractures and mat transfer present along them. And those damages are going to be caused for potential water intrusion. So I do not believe repairs are feasible to this roof, as any repairs that are going to have to be completed, all of those surrounding shingles are going to be left in a condition like this, and this insured will have potential leak hazards all over their roof, anywhere there needing to be repairs, along with an additional up to 5 additionally damaged shingles. I do not believe that would be indemnification, leaving the insured with more damaged shingles than they previously had, along with all of those potential water leak, those potential leak hazards. So I do not believe this roof is repairable. I'll go ahead and chalk up all of those damages that occurred and get some better photos of those. Thank you for your time.